Hey guys, I'm sorry I took a minute on there. I was trying to get situated and it looks like I was in the expo hall too long, so I apologize. My name is Teresa Gallus. I am the Midwest Sales Manager for Janus International. Oh, hi Jessica. This is my first time on a virtual conference platform, so I'm really excited about this. I am a talker and a texter, so if there's something I don't cover on this presentation, I am happy to follow up with you afterwards. I think my contact information will be at the end of the slide, so please feel free to reach out to me anytime. On that note, and actually I'm on vacation right now in Florida, so if you see either a 6-year-old walk in on the screen or somebody handing me a drink with an umbrella in it, just know that this is a judgment-free summit and it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So just putting some housekeeping items out there now. And now I'm gonna go ahead and pop over to my presentation. And again, please shoot over any texts, any questions that you have in the chat box. I'll be stopping periodically to answer anything that I can. You should be able to see my screen in just a second. Okay, so on this presentation today, we're going to be talking about smart on-door locks and how that makes contactless move-ins a reality. As I mentioned, my name is Teresa. I am the Midwest Sales Manager for Janus International. I focus a lot on the Noki Smart Entry System, and which is something that we'll be discussing on this webinar today or this virtual conference today. But I actually spend most of my time working on the doors and hallway systems on properties, again, through the Midwest, but working on expansions, conversions, retrofitting new or older facilities, bringing them to a more modern approach, and more. I'm all things Janus in the Midwest. I've been in self-storage for over 10 years. A lot of my experience has been in technology, real estate, and data-driven decisions. I like to talk to operators and kind of approach things as again, a modern approach, looking at how the data supports decisions that they're making in their market and in their demographics, but also looking at access control and making the site even better. I'm going to be popping around a lot on these slides, so I apologize for the whiplash now. The first thing that we're going to touch on is going to be how technology has improved the tenant onboarding experience and what that means to owners and operators. Oh, hang on, it looks like you guys can't see my slides. That's very awkward, so 1 second, please. Michael, if you're on this, can you help me get my screens to show? Can you guys see my slides now? Okay, so still no. 1 second. All right, can you guys see my slides now? Okay, still can't see him. Hey, Adam. Adam?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my slides to show on the screen.
Sure, you're hitting the share screen button down at the bottom?
Yeah.
Are you using one monitor or two?
Just one.
Just one? PowerPoint, I'm assuming?
It's actually in an application. It's online.
Oh, are you using Chrome?
Yes.
You can also use the Chrome tab, which is pretty reliable. Is the tab in the same Chrome window as this meeting?
Yes, but I have multiple tabs, so I'll just start there and pop around if I need to that way, okay?
Yeah, I'll hang out here, see if it works.
Okay. How does it work?
It's looking good. It looks like we just need to go full screen.
Awesome. Okay, let's do it. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right.
Have a great session.
Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and skip over the part about my background now, since I just talked about it. So what we'll cover today is going to be, first, how technology has improved the tenant onboarding experience and what that means to owners and operators. We're going to be popping into the discussion about smart technology driving rates, as well as insurance costs down. That's one of my favorite discussions, and one that I think should be mentioned quite heavily through here. It's really easy to retrofit an existing facility with our Noki system, so I'm going to go ahead and show that as well. And I'm going to be using a few videos as I go through this presentation. Lastly, I'm not going to do a live demo just because I think time is going to be a factor here. I think our breakout sessions are about 30 minutes, but I do have a video of our new system, as well as a screenshot of how our dashboard looks. So I kind of mentioned that I'm going to be popping around the slides. This is one that I'll get to at the very end. I actually, in my experience in the self-storage industry, I had started with the SBOA. So when I had worked with this great group of people, I had learned the emphasis of what it looks like to the bottom line, every improvement that you make to your site. So that's really stuck with me over the last 10 years and has been a huge part of my approach with Noki and Janus, as it is as a collective process for Janus as well. So how has technology changed the tenant onboarding? When I first got into this industry, it was rare that self-storage operators may have had the websites. They may not have had software. I was seeing were pegboards or files, and now I don't really see much of that, though I know it still exists, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that. It's just that in today's world, it is all about convenience for our tenants, convenience for our managers, and making sure that things are running smoothly at your site. In the consumer world, we are all very, very familiar with the omni-channel approach that retailers, vendors, suppliers, really everybody has with their customers, and self-storage is no different. I can't stress the importance of having a comprehensive website and software, and I saw in the general sessions briefly that we have a couple vendors here that are offering the software and the website, so I encourage you to stop and talk to them if you're not already doing so. Again, it's very important that you have the ability to post your prices online to give people that shopping ability, as well as execute a lease online from start to finish, and connecting your software, your website, as well as Noki. I mean, we're integrated with the top management software platforms as well. Making sure all of those pieces are connected is a way to streamline this process for everybody. As a consumer and as a self-storage individual, I had actually been on a flight a little while ago, and on my list of things to do on a 9 o'clock flight was that I knew I was moving that weekend and still hadn't secured a rental or a unit for my belongings. And so I was able to execute my lease online. It took less than 90 seconds, and I knocked that out. I think you're going to see that there are a lot of people like me who appreciate the luxury and the convenience of executing these things without having to stop by and talk to a manager, especially in today's COVID world. I don't think that we're going to see a lot of these things changing after, hopefully, COVID is under control or managed. I think you're still going to see a lot of these practices in place, and there's going to be more automated businesses, including self-storage, especially self-storage. And again, just driving home the point that this provides convenience for both tenants and operators. I'm going to show you a quick video of a site down here in Florida where I am. It's a group called Comfort Storage, and I'm just going to show you. They did a conversion. I think it was an old Walmart building, and it's just one of the best sites I've seen. They've got some really cool things happening, but this is specifically going to show you how the Noki system functions from their perspective. So I'm going to show this to you right now.
The cool thing about this lock, from anywhere in the world, they can send that key and give it to that person, and then they can take it away. And it's so easy for the people to do that.
Okay, so what happens now?
The system is going to auto-generate a text message to you. So that text message is going to be a link to download our Comfort Storage mobile app, and there it is.
Look at that. Okay, so I go here.
Link our app.
Oh, good. And I'm going to allow it. So this is how I use this. Okay, it's so exciting.
Guys, I was just told that that did not work, so hopefully you can see the video now. Skip ahead.
Download our Comfort Storage mobile app, and you'll be, there it
Look
is.
at that. Yeah, okay, so I go here.
Link our app.
Oh, good. And I'm going to allow it. So this is how I use this. Okay, it's so
Okay, so it doesn't look like that video is going to play for you, and I'm super sorry about that. Like I said, I'm always happy to do this discussion online with an Uber conference, a Zoom. I'm certainly happy to meet on site too, and we have so many different things I can show you. I'm going to go ahead. Let me see if I can do that. That's not going to let me do it. Apologize again. So let's go over to this one. This is our retrofitting option for Noki One. This is going to be an on-the-door security system. It's our access control system. It does not have any wiring. It does not have any excess things in the unit other than just fitting nicely and seamlessly over the corrugation pattern of your door. So from an operational standpoint, this is super easy to retrofit. We fit most corrugation patterns, even non-Janus doors. So obviously I'm going to say we love our Janus doors first. Our Noki system does secure all units, including vacant units. You are able to, with our dashboard, able to monitor who's on the site with the system, how long they're there, as well as how often they're there. And it creates an entire footprint for your tenants and their activities. You don't need an overlock. You don't need a door lock or a hasp. We do have a 24/7 live support should your tenants ever have any issues accessing their unit, having any questions about the functionality of our app, and really truly anything that you need, we're here to help. We do have an automatic overlocking system. So if your tenant, if the 6th day of every month is when you determine that payments are late, our system will automatically overlock your tenant. And all of this is done through an app. So if I am renting one of your units and I arrive on site, but I haven't paid my bill, I am going to open the app, try to tap the button to open the gate or the door, and it's going to direct me to make a payment. This isn't another process. This is entirely integrated with your software. So everything's going to run and be updated in real time depending on your software. And it's just, again, just creating efficiencies like none other. There is an opportunity to upsell as premium units, and I will definitely get into, like I said, my favorite part, the ROI part, and I love this. So even in saturated markets, we are seeing significant rates over what you might see normally, so anywhere from 10 to 40% higher rates on these smart units. And then on the door option for our Noki One, they are multi-year battery life. They're 2 years, and we do have a dashboard that tells you the health of these batteries. It's a modified C-cell. We provide the tool for you to swap them out. They're usually just $4 or $5, maybe slightly more just to replace. But again, 2 years of life, modified C-cell, super easy. From a customer standpoint, you're able to enter your unit and view activity with your mobile phone. So tenants are able to get access to it. They're able to, like I said, make payments. They can digitally key share in the app, and you can revoke it at any time. So again, if I'm renting one of your units and I want my mover to head to my unit and I don't have time to meet them on the site, I'm just going to digitally share the access to that mover using their cell phone number. And then within my app as a consumer, again, I can revoke it as soon as they're done. So while it creates a record of activity for the site itself, we're tracking that information as well as an operator, right? The tenant can also have peace of mind knowing that they have the opportunity or the option to revoke at any time for any of their people. There's no keys to forget. You're definitely not selling cylinder locks here. You don't have to cut or drill the locks. It's a very easy thing to install on the doors. If you see, there's just those on the far right side, there's just 4 bolts, and you just slide the latch like you traditionally would. The red light on that indicates that the door is locked. When it's green, it's certainly unlocked. And again, it fully automates the move-in process for tenants. With a comprehensive website and software in place, you're looking at under 90 seconds to get the person executed on their lease and receive the code to download the app and get access to their units. When I talk about the app, it's not that they're downloading in the App Store something that says Nokē Smart Entry. We actually provide you, at Janus, we provide you with a customized app that says the name of your store. So if your store is ABC Self Storage, it's not a co-branded app. It's entirely your own. And again, this gives you the app ability to offer your tenants and get your payments made online too, which just means, again, less calling on behalf of your managers when there's late payments. There's less calls to your managers for access control issues. There's just a number of benefits even just outside of that. So I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Here's a little bit more information about adding smart locks to your existing doors. So you're gonna go ahead and, like I said, just replace those 4 bolts, just pop them out, secure it in the back, and you're good to go. We just assign the unit number in the system, and you're live. They are battery powered, so again, no wires, and everything, it secures both vacant and occupied. Something I really love about this system is that Janus can, in our factories, we can manufacture them and ship them with the locks already on the door. So if you're thinking about doing a door replacement at your facility, this is a great way just to, one fell swoop, get what you need. Our guys are installing these doors. They're doing about 250 a week with these Nokē One latches, which is pretty impressive considering the time it was taking before with our Nokē Volt product, which I'm not really jumping into that one on this call, but it's our hardwired low voltage solution too, and I can talk about those benefits at the end too. But for now, just kind of focusing on the door option. Like I said, it has adapter kits should they be non-Janus doors and easy to adapt. There is something that I love here, which is our thermal motion sensor. So on the back of that faceplate that you see there, on the back of that is going to be a thermal motion sensor. That's going to detect body heat, and it's going to notify you when there's body heat detected. So if you have a traditional, let's say 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 hours, and at 6:05, your dashboard shows that unit 101 or 102 still have people in there, you'll be able to see that and certainly save time on not having to walk the property to see who's still there, because you can see it. With that being said too, if there's a break-in, it's going to notify you that there's a break-in happening at the site. And property and casualty insurance companies love this product as well, because if there's fire detected, it's going to let you know quicker than if you didn't have this kind of solution. We can also tie into fire alarms and other systems should you want even more peace of mind and security there too. We do have these products we do have Nokē One and Nokē Volt in extreme temperatures. And so we are in climates that have -30 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. We have some that are up in Iceland, I think Greenland, and certainly all parts of Canada. I'm also saying certainly on the lot right now, so I apologize for that too. So I'm going to pop back over before I get into the dashboard itself. I want to show you or talk through the ROI that I kind of mentioned earlier. So it's a small investment per door with the Nokē One and Nokē Volt. The difference in price on our 2 products is going to be whether or not you're retrofitting a facility or if you're doing a new construction expansion version. The Nokē Volt, because it is hardwired, it does take a little bit more time and costs more on the install, whereas Nokē One is a pretty out the door solution. Both options are we just need 110 drops. And again, I don't want to get too technical on the electrical side of things. So if you have questions about that, I'm happy to follow up after this session to address. Ways that people are making the switch to Nokē and adding to their bottom line are, some of my favorites are the after hours access. And you might be doing that already with your gate control systems, but with the after hour access, we are seeing people offering Nokē, but still sticking to 10 to 6 hours. And then should these tenants need anytime hours, maybe they don't stick to that traditional schedule, landscaping, especially their flood restoration. I've seen a lot that need those midnight hours. I see people charging around $5.99 a month, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. It just depends on your market, but that's definitely another way to add those while also mitigating the risk that can come with just keeping your facility open to all. You are able to set the permissions for your tenants, so you could say some get it and some don't. From a rate management standpoint, because this system tracks the activity of all of the tenants and prospective tenants coming onto the site, you are able to drive rates sooner than you might otherwise. So if after 3 months you see that they're there this tenant is there every day, you might drive rates then instead of waiting until maybe your 9-month or your 12-month traditional cycle. That also contributes to the wear and tear mentality that if they're there all the time and maybe they're sharing the keys with other people, that's a lot of traffic at your site. Some of the other ways to add value, if you're worried about having the sales of your disc locks, the fob sales are a great way to do that. Fobs work with the doors themselves as well. With our Nokē Smart Entry system, we provide the fobs to you at a small price, and then you upsell those. I think you typically would sell those fobs for around $25. Some of our operators are doing a lease program with them, so maybe they're $2.99 a month as a line item on their lease, and at the end, if they don't return that fob, it's a $25 fee there. There's a lot of different ways to monetize these. I have an operator that actually doesn't even offer the app. He only sells those fobs, and it just goes on your key ring like you would a traditional fob. Lastly, from a digital key perspective, like I said, if your tenant wants to share with their spouse or their friend or their mover, they're able just to type in the phone number from their unit and the screen on their app and share that. If they're sharing over, I see some of our operators that if they're sharing with more than 5 people, they're charging $1.99 per key, or again, slightly more depending on your market. I don't have this as a bullet point here, but like I said earlier, we are seeing in saturated markets too that the premiums for these units range from 10 to 40% higher, because what you're doing is selling to your tenant a luxury. You're selling them a security arm or an element. You are selling them the convenience of knowing that they don't have to get out of their car, especially in an RV situation where they typically in the past would have had to jump out of their car and type something into the keypad and then time it and run back into their RV. You're not seeing that with this system. They simply pull out the app, hit the gate, the door, whatever it is that you need. And going back to the risk mitigation standpoint, you are also able to zone your tenant. So people who are renting on the first floor certainly should not be on the second or third floor. You are able to control that. So now I'm going to show you this of what the dashboard looks like. I'm going to try the video again after this dashboard, but right now I'm just going to show you this. So this is what it looks like as a manager or an owner on the Nokē system. It's going to tell you, I'm going to start over on the top right. It's going to tell you the makeup of your site, which units are rented, which ones are vacant, which ones are in overlock status, and which ones might be just zeroed out for right now. So this site has 637 637 units on site with 503 currently rented. And you can always click on that too. Every one of these modules is exportable with the exception, I think, of the notifications tab. The rest of them are definitely exportable. Down here at the bottom, you're going to be able to see here on the user type. This is my favorite part too. I think I've said that about 25 things, so I apologize for that. I just get very happy about this product. Down here, you're going to see the digital. This is more for digital keys. So you're going to be able to see that there's 750 digital keys being shared. And this is going to tell you the role or the profile of those people here. Popping over to the left-hand side, just your typical activity overview. It's going to tell you, in the last 90 days, 180 days, kind of what's been happening at your site. You can see it in the last month, last week, last 24 hours. The recent activity is going to show you who's been on the site, and again, when they left, how long they were there. And Another thing that a lot of our operators, especially REITs, are using is going to be that most active down here. You can export this and feed it into a rate management system if you're using one now, or use this as a standalone rate management because it's telling you the top 10 people who have been at your site the most often. On the left-hand side, oh, and you might be able to hear somebody shouting from the pool right now. So again, I'm on vacation, so I'm sorry about that. I should not have chosen a room right by the pool for this reason, but here we are. So yeah, so here on the left-hand side, you're gonna be able to see the users. You are going to set the permissions for your own staff too. So you can kind of toggle back and forth and make some changes as to the things that they should have access to and more. You can pop into, if you have multiple properties, you're able to view any one of your properties from one dashboard as well. And, you know, reach out to us through the help part of it too. I realize that this was a really quick run through and that I speak fast. So please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm gonna try to play this video one more time. You might just hear the noise of it. So I hope that's not the case. It's a quick video. We just did an install of our Noki One up in Minnesota. So I think that's what this video is from. Hopefully you're able to see this. If not, I'll email you the videos. Okay. I think that's all for me. So I'm gonna pop back into the screen to see if I have any questions. Hey, Jessica. Yep.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I just wanted to pop in real quick and let anyone that's watching know that if you want to join live and ask Teresa live questions, at the top of this video next to recording, you'll see there's 3 of 20 spaces that are being utilized. So that means there's 17 available live chat spaces. All you have to do is hit the button that says share audio and video, and Teresa will be able to let you in to ask live questions. So if anyone wants to join, now's the time.
Come on, I know people have questions. Where are they? Anyone? If not, I'm always happy to chat, like I said, so please feel free to reach out to me by email. You are welcome to text me. It doesn't look like my number is on that slide. You can reach me at 404-710-7556. And I am based in Detroit. So if you guys are ever in the area, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks again, SBOA. It was a pleasure working with you guys on this presentation. And I look forward to hopefully doing this again with you guys soon.